Santa Claims. My good friend, Chris Edwards, he's a retired VA Raider, and I thought I could not think of anybody else but him to bring on to the channel to help those of you who are going through, the medical board, and those of you who are about to leave service and thinking about VA disability.
What you want to do is bring the Raider to the knowledge level where you are. You're going to do your personal statement as a cornerstone of your claim. That's going to tell you this is how the problem was created. This is how I've been treated for it. These are the symptoms for it. And then this is how it affects my personal lifestyle. So if you're a military member and you're going to be getting out, you have two options. And one is the it's called the IDS program, or medical boarding, and the other one is the BDD.
Okay.
Just basically, you go 180 days prior to getting out, and you start the process. I recommend that you treat either one of them the same way. What I mean by that is, normally, if somebody's doing the med board, they don't worry about doing personal statements and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay. I recommend that you do the same thing the way you would if you're doing a BDD. You're going to do your personal statement as a cornerstone of your claim. That's going to tell you this is how the problem was created. This is how I've been treated for it. These are the symptoms for it. And then this is how it affects my personal lifestyle.
But Chris, as a Raider, why would I do that? Why, as a Raider, from a Raider perspective?
Well, from the Raiders' perspective is, I can't rate you on what I don't have. Okay, so let's just do a little audience participation here. I'm going to give you two cases, and I want you to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being it's not that bad, and 10 means it really sucks. Okay, guy goes to a bar. When he walks out, he gets jumped and gets beat up. Is that a 1 or a 10?
I 1, I guess.
Good, because we're not gonna say you're lying. We're gonna acknowledge that. But why is it a 1? Well, because there's a lot of information that's not there. One of which, real clearly, is what's the definition of being beat up? If he walked outside the bar, somebody shoved him and stopped staring at my girlfriend or my boyfriend or whatever, and then now relates it as being beat up, but we're not on the same sheet of music, because that's not how I see being beat up. I want to see blood, guts, and gore as a Raider, so that's what you need to provide. Okay. So now let's take the second. Guy walks out, 6 people jump him. They break the orbital socket for the eye, break the nose, fracture the jaw, knock out 4 teeth, break 3 ribs, bruise the kidney and the spleen. Now is that a 1 or a 10?
That to me is at least an 8.
See, you've already listened to me too much before this, because otherwise most people would say that's a 10. Okay. But I would say it's a 7 or an 8, because these are unsubstantiated claims. Okay. Now, if you take the situation, if you get beat down that bad, you're probably going to have an ambulance show up. So you're going to have an ambulance report. You're going to have an invoice for it. If you have an ambulance called, you're going to have the police come, especially for a fight. So you're going to have a police report. You're going to have witness reports. You're going to have buddy statements, people who went to the bar with you. Okay. Then you're going to have an ER report. When you go to the ER, they're going to do labs. They're going to see if you have blood in your urine because of the kidney damage. They're going to assess the damage. They're going to do x-rays, MRIs, all of those kinds of things. So you're going to have that report, the ER report. Then you're going to go sit. They're going to put you in a room because you got hit in the head, and they're going to want to observe you. And somebody's going to come to visit you, and because your face is all puffy and you look like a Cabbage Patch doll, they're going to take a picture.
Right.
So now when you submit all that evidence, now it becomes a 10.
Oh, yeah, that's a 10.
Because it's substantiated. Now, what most people don't realize is they say, well, the doctor gave me 30, 40, whatever percent. The doctor didn't give you squat. The rater gave you that percentage. We have an understanding with the VHA, the health side of the VA, which is they don't rate claims and we don't practice medicine. So we evaluate things based on the information that we have. If we don't have information, I can't rate you on it.
Got it.
So the first scenario, there was an awful lot of information that was not provided. Who, what, where, why, and so on. The second scenario, there's a wealth of information that I can use. And then, just to be honest with you, which most people, I'm sure will agree with me, there are CNP doctors that aren't worth a
damn. Right.
And it's because they don't know, whatever biases they have or whatever, doesn't matter. But I can't override their CNP exam unless I have evidence to back me up.
So, Chris, are you saying then I should kind of give a sit rep? In the military, we have that sit rep where you give the whole who, what, when, where, why.
Within reason, okay? So, like if you're writing about an incident, you're saying, it was Friday night and Joe, Ralph, Jim, Walter, Johnny, and I went down to the Blue Oyster Bar to celebrate Johnny's birthday. During that time frame, we were drinking shots and chugging beer, and Johnny had to get up to go to the bathroom. And when he got up, he bumped into some guy's arm, and spilled his beer, which resulted in a fight, which resulted in, I went in to try and break it up, and I got hit in the head with a beer bottle. Now, you've probably 2 paragraphs worth of, statement, whereas you could have summed it up very easily because they don't care what bar, they don't care why you were there. I would only mention the names if you're expecting to use them for buddy statements, because then that ties them together. So then you can take that whole thing I just said to, I was in a bar, a fight broke out, I got hit in the head with a beer bottle. You don't need to know necessarily everything, just things that are definitely pertinent to, your condition. Like, is it pertinent that you were stationed at Camp Lejeune and now you have, ulcerative colitis? Yes. Okay. Is it pertinent that you have severe asthma and restricted airways because of being in burn pits in Iraq? Yes. Okay. So where you are, that is pertinent, but the Blue Oyster Bar, who cares?
Okay.
But so what you want to do is bring the rater to the knowledge level where you are as to why this condition. And you want to make sure that it's...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, act like you know. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain now. It's going